Good morning, Jen. Good morning, everyone. My name's Tim. I'm an Australian. I live in the Middle East with my wife, my amazing wife, and my son. And I've been attending Jen's courses now with my wife now for some months. And I've just seen some really considerable changes happen over the past couple of weeks. And I just want to share those because there's been a lot of energetic shifts in what's been happening in my business, and so I thought I'd share it. So I look after a transport and logistics business in the Middle East, originally from Perth. We've got about 500 trucks. I've got about 1,200 employees, so it's a sizable business. We've been going through some very sort of massive changes in our business over the last 4 or 5 years, and especially since COVID came, around restructuring and getting it right, etc. But during that time, those 3 to 5 years, the energy has been really difficult because you're doing redundancies, you're trying to get people aligned with what you're doing. So it's been quite challenging. So I got in touch with Jen through my beautiful wife, and I've been working with Jen about changing those energies and doing those exercises and having the weekly meetings and those sort of things. And I guess what I've been working towards for the last probably 5 years has been culminating in so many things that have just happened in the last 2 weeks. And it has been just a massive energy change, and especially in this part of the world, which is foreign, very foreign to me, obviously living over here. It probably makes it more amazing because these things actually don't happen over here. So I just explain a couple of things. I recently invested in some more assets for our business, over 100 trucks. And we had to go sell some old trucks, and we normally go to the market, we sell our old trucks every year, and for this we had a reserve on them for about 500,000 reals. Now I converted that to American dollars for people in America. It was 500,000, which is about 130,000 US dollars. So I put it out to the market, and we were expecting to go, if we had have reached the 500,000, then that would have been great, or the 130,000. Then we got a bid in for 1.1 million. Which was just really incredible, and we did change the momentum around that sale, etc., with the way that we did it and the way that we managed it. And then only 2 days ago, our team said if we change some of the paperwork to work better for the purchaser, then potentially we could get some more money. So I ended up settling yesterday on 1.3 million. So to give you an idea, that went from 130,000 to 354,000 US dollars. So that was really quite an amazing outcome, and one that we haven't seen here. So it was really quite profound. Then what happened is that we have some lands that we lease over here in the Middle East, and it's a large piece of land, and we've developed it. And again, it's about 245,000 square metres, which is about 800,000 square feet. So it's a sizable piece of land. And the people that we leased that land off, they got delayed in getting it ready for us and getting the permits, etc., so we could go and build it out, which we've done now. But then what also happened is that they wanted people to move out of their old lands, which is fair enough, and then move into these new lands. But because the new lands weren't ready, then they went and put the costs up on all the other pieces of land that we were leasing. And they put it up tenfold, so it became very expensive, and we ended up with a bill for about it was quite high. It was $500,000 US dollars, and they insisted that we pay it. And my view was, well, it really wasn't our bill, because if they had done what they were supposed to do, then we wouldn't be in that situation. So anyway, we just kept saying no, and then just in the last week they came back to us and said they're going to credit all of our next year's lease payments across all of their lands. So and that just never happens over here. And I mean, even our very senior management couldn't believe it. So it was just an amazing shift. So there's sort of just a couple of examples of things that really amazing that have happened just in the last couple of weeks, and it's really quite. It was really quite profound. And then we had another situation where we built we leased a warehouse in one of the cities here, and it's not huge. It's about 5,000 square metres, about 7,000 pallet positions. And we lost about 3 years when we were fitting it out because we had COVID, we couldn't get people in, and we have a lot of expats working over here that got caught in their own countries and they couldn't return. So cut a long story short, we lost a packet of money on it because we're still paying the lease on it and those sort of things. And our senior management have been very understanding. of it. That's really what's happened globally. But I never really accepted it, and I'll tell you why. The reason is that if I ever put something up to our senior management that I believe we should invest in, then I make sure that it has the returns. And so we sort of lost 3 years of revenue on this facility. And we were sort of 3 years behind because we couldn't even go out and sell it to customers, etc. Then, lo and behold, we've been working with a customer over the last couple of months, and this customer does, they're a pharmaceutical company, but they deal with rare diseases in the Middle East, and that's who they support, and they do that, and they do a fantastic job. It's like a bio-pharma company. And they came to us, and we found them in the marketplace, and we've been speaking to those guys, and what they've come to us and said is that we've wrapped up a proposal for them. And what it means is that we help them finance, and we help them do a lot of other things, rather than just have the warehouse and a truck that picks up things, puts it in the warehouse, and then delivers it. So what it actually means is that we're finalising this now, is that the company that we're going with, they have a whole raft of customers, manufacturers globally, that become our customers as well. So if I was to send out salespeople to do that sort of work it would probably take us 3 to 5 years to build up that collection of contacts, which now that we've got by default. And then also on top of that, with the way that we're helping them with the way that we're structuring their business, we go from, generally on a normal pallet in a warehouse, you'll sell it for X, Y, Z, and you'll make sort of around 15-20%. That's roughly the metrics. So for a pellet position over here, I worked this out as well for you. It works out that we would normally get about, as a profit, we'll probably get about $5 US a pallet position. But with this new proposal that we've put together by helping this company, it works out that we get to sell that pallet position now with a profit of $830 US per pallet position. It's only 75 pallet positions per month, or thereabouts. So I guess that was from my perspective, and again, that's never been heard of in Saudi, doing those type of deals. But it just goes to show that when your energy is changing, and the people that you're doing business with, or the people that you're interacting with, your energy creates another energy, and it creates an energy for my team, and then also the interactions with companies like the one that I'm talking about, and there are others. So it's really just been quite profound that these amazing things have happened to us, and so we go into 2022 with an exceptionally strong business. And I guess the reason that I wanted to, sorry, I got one other one. And then in my meetings, I also got in contact with a company. They're an Australian company that do vertical farming. So, which means that there's no chemicals, no pesticides, nothing like that. You can run it with solar, or most of it on solar. And it means that you can pretty much harvest food every single day and put it into the shops. And then the concept with that is that we'll set these up, and then any leftover food of the day can go to kids' schools, or it can go to a soup kitchen or something like that. So we're working on that. So that's the social thing that I want to do for the future, and around food security and those sort of things. So I guess the reason that I'm doing this today, and I wanted to share this with you, was when you, and this is just from my personal experience, and Jen may have a different view of it, but when you sort of work so hard, and I'm sure there's plenty out there that do, and you sort of sit there, and I'm a very blokey bloke, so you think, geez, does this stuff work? I mean, I don't know, etc. But you know what? I've just been doing the basics, with doing everything with Jen, etc. And I've made sure that my teachings with Jen, I have kept that energy going, and I've just had a breakthrough. Now, if the breakthrough that I've had in the last 2 weeks, even if that had have been over a 6-month period or a 1 year period, it still would have been worth it. But it's all sort of compounded just into 2 weeks. So I guess, and my last thing is that I do meditation, and I've started doing that a lot since I've been working with Jen as well, just to calm myself, etc. And one of the messages that sort of comes out of that, which has been really, again, quite profound for me, is that you just got to have that belief in what you're doing, and you've got to stay the course. And that's come one thing that's come out of my meditation. So I guess this is for everyone out there that is sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, is anything really going to change? Is this even going to work for me? I don't know, because it's not tangible. It's not something that you can put your finger on. And for a person like me who runs sort of businesses and all those sort of things, I need that for verification. But you know what? The energy work, there really isn't any verification until you get something like that's happened to me over the last 2 weeks, which is really quite profound. So I guess my message is for people out there to stay the course and to keep your energy high, because if your energy is high, you attract and you convert other energies around you. That really has a really profound effect. And who knows what's going to happen in the future, but this has been really quite moving for me. And so I just wanted to share that with you and let you know, I guess, what I'm going from. I'm in a completely different land, in a completely different world. The people over here are beautiful, so there's no, which is fantastic. So I just wanted to share that with you. Sort of keep the faith, hang in there, because when the shifts happen, the shifts really happen. And for me, those shifts have taken years to happen. So it wasn't something I did on a Monday and then I was waiting there the following week. It didn't work like that for me. For some people it probably does. But it's happened for me and it's happening for me. So I just wanted everyone to know that. So enjoy your day, take care, and thank you. Bye.